Danielle Shaquan McGee. I graduated with my Bachelor's of Business Administration in 2021. Going back to school with 5 kids was a big commitment I had to be willing to make. I do think the older ones really understood what I was trying to do, and I'm very open with my kids. So we did have a conversation before I decided that I was going to take this big step and how much I needed their support. When I came to Martin, it was like everything was perfect. Working around my job schedule, the drop-in center that helped with the kids, the faculty pushed you and encouraged you. The reason I chose Martin was because of the drop-in center, the smaller class sizes, the support of the staff, being in an environment with people who are going through the same things I was going through, and just us help pushing each other. For too long, Martin University has been Indiana's best kept secret, and I'm on a mission to change that.
What's up, everybody? I hope y'all can hear me. If you can, go ahead and put a little message in the chat box and let me know that you can hear Pastor G. I am wanting to welcome everybody who is joining us today. And first things first, you got to hit that share button. No matter what you're watching on, I think we're on like 6 platforms today, okay? We're like on 6 platforms. This is ridiculous how many platforms we're on today. So what I want you to do is, no matter which platform you're watching us from, whether it's Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're watching us on YouTube, whatever it is you're watching us on, what I want you to do is to hit that share button and share this broadcast with somebody that you know who can benefit from what's going to be talked about today on Let's Talk Live with Martin University. And y'all know we have the Communiversity piece kicking at Martin University. In other words, we're not just in the community, we're in, we're of, and we're for the community. So y'all know we have a lot of events and activities that we do in partnership. We're hosting events, we're sponsoring events, we're collaborating on events and activities that benefit our community. So make sure that you hit that share button and let somebody know that Martin University's program, Let's Talk Live, is on, because we got 2, not 1, but 2 awesome guests today. I see one of them. He's over. He's hanging out. He's hanging out. Let's see. No, he's hanging out right there. I'm looking at him right now, smiling at me. He can't wait to get on to share about the good news and information that's happening at Martin University. Nevertheless, I have to hit some homework. I got to do some homework first. The first thing I got to do is always welcome y'all. This is Let's Talk Live edition number 2. The second time we've done this. First time went off like a hitch. We have one of our love, Steve Echols, who not only is a graduate with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, he also received his high school equivalence degree from Martin University. He's an extremely successful, not only graduate, not only man, not only father, but he's also a extremely successful entrepreneur and restaurateur. I mean, literally less than 12 months after graduating from Martin University, this brother went out and launched his very first restaurant in Carmel, Indiana. Take that for a Martin grad. I'm just trying to let y'all know we are making it happen at Martin University. And I also have a couple other announcements about how Martin University is bringing excellence to education. We not only have excellence in leadership, we have excellence as it relates to all the people who are connected with Martin University, just out there just winning awards. I mean, we just out winning awards, all right? We get recognized all over the country for the work that we're doing at Martin University. So first thing I got to do is just welcome y'all to Let's Talk Live, because Martin is making it happen. This is our 2nd edition. You're going to find awesome trending information, relevant topics, relevant information that's going on within the community. Now, right here, I have up on the screen any comments that need to come through. So if you got a question or you got a comment, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this a little closer so I can see these comments. If you got some comments, you got a question or something, especially if you're on the Martin UNIV Facebook page, I'm watching that right now, okay? So if you got any questions, make sure you send us a comment. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send a little message right now to let y'all know I'm really serious. I'm like live to everyone. All right, I'm live right now. There it is. Boom, I just put it out there. So y'all make sure if you got a comment, you got a question for our two guests, that you stick it in there. If you got a question about Martin University, stick it in there. We have people who are watching the live feed, who are watching this live production today, and they can answer your questions, okay? Now, one more little bit of homework that I have to do. Besides telling y'all to smash the share button. Go and hit that share button. Share, 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 share. Get as many people on as we can, because we're going to be sharing some awesome information. Another piece of homework. We got to be thankful to, let's see. There they are. One Public Square in Gallatin, Tennessee. This is my commercial for One Public Square, because One Public Square has made it possible for me to be live today. Some of y'all know I had to travel down to Gallatin, Tennessee to take care of some family business and personal business. And while I was down here, One Public Square, and Sister Beth Shipley, Sister Ryan there in Indianapolis, and then also the Markown team, they all made sure that Let's Talk Live did happen today. Okay? Just because Pastor G's not in the house don't mean that Let's Talk Live shouldn't happen. So, Sister Shipley, I want to thank you. Here's her information. You ever find yourself down here in Gallatin, Tennessee, y'all look them up. There's her phone number. Y'all tell her thank you for supporting Martin University and the great work that we're doing throughout the community. All right, One Public Square. So that's my last bit of information I want to share with y'all. Now, if y'all are ready, I'm about to bring on guest number one. All right, all the way. I think, are you from Detroit? No. Okay, yeah. I can't hear him now. He's trying to tell me. So y'all gonna learn more about him. Because he's gonna introduce himself. But all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, Martin University, sitting all the way in the back in the corner, just bringing it for the students and the alumni of our great university. I want to welcome to the stage my good friend, Dr. Michael Couch. What's up, man?
Hey. Good afternoon. I almost said good morning, so that's the
I know.
first time you've been here too long.
Is today Friday?
It feels it's well, officially it's a Friday, but we had Monday off, so
yeah. So it's kind of like a short week that felt like a full week.
Yeah,
Am I missing?
definitely felt full.
Yeah. And see, if I was in church, I'd be listening for an amen right there. This was a short week, felt like a full one. I don't know about y'all, but this was a rough week. Dr. Couch, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I cannot complain. Glad to be here on Let's Talk Live. And happy to just share some of the great work and upcoming things that we got going on here at Martin University.
Well, wonderful. I'm watching comments and whatnot that are coming through in case anybody has questions. But initially, I just want everybody to know a little bit more about who you are, what your title is at Martin. Well, I guess the first thing I need to find out, where you from, bro?
I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, so I'm from the west side of the state. Some people may know it as the home of Floyd Mayweather, the greatest boxer of all time, or the home of Bishop Dr. Marvin L. Sapp. So, if you listen to R&B, you might know El DeBarge or DeBarge family is from that area. So, just some highlights from the place, where I call home.
Yeah, well, okay, so you know what? We're gonna let him say all of that about Michigan, and then we just remind everybody. No, nobody was coming back to Indiana like Michael Jackson. So I'm just going to throw that with the Jackson 5. I'm going to throw that out there for free. All of the state of Indiana claims the greatest entertainer in history. But I'm going to let you say that. All this love is still waiting for you. All right? So we're going to let you say that. Some folk didn't get it. It just went right over their head. All that I just said.
It did. But
But we're on the same page, right?
Yep.
All right. So talk a little bit more about what you do at Martin University.
Yeah, so I proudly serve as Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management. And so that deals with everything with a student incoming to the university or returning to the university. We work with them to get them in, but not only get them in, get them set up for success and try to get them across the stage. And so that is the primary goal. So I work with financial aid, admissions, and a couple other areas of the institution. and really just trying to curate the right experience and onboarding for our students to be successful here at Martin, because that's what we strive for. As Pastor G mentioned, we want to strive for excellence in all that we do. So we want to make sure that we are onboarding students in that right way, or meeting the expectations or exceeding the expectations of what they have, to make sure they're having the right experience.
Man, that's so awesome. I think it's more than anything, you are right now putting a face to the work, because our students are non-traditional students. So they're not there during the day necessarily because they're working, or they're, seeing to their children. And so we don't always see, our students don't always see the people who are behind the work that we do at Martin University, because we kind of like ships that pass in the night. When we're leaving, they're coming, right? So what is it like, just real quick, we're going to get into some events and activities and some very exciting things that we got coming up, especially on next week. But talk a little bit more, if you don't mind, about what it's like for you to do the work that you do for the type of student that we do it for.
Yeah, so I would say, the first thing is it's a rewarding experience helping somebody to change their life. Sometimes education is a stepping stone for what is next. And you also have to understand, there's changing behavior, shifting culture, and culture shifts environments. So we are in the business of helping people to achieve their dreams, achieve their goals, so that way they can go out, go forth, and prosper, and change their lives, and change their family lives, and hopefully change their environments that they're around to make them a better place because they've attended Martin University.
Right. And that's, I think it's a really good thing, not only for our students to know, but also for the community to know that we are in the business of helping people change not only their life, but the life of their family and all those that are relying on them, because they are typically, working. They typically have dependents, they have responsibilities, but at the same time, they have a dream, right? They have a vision for their life. And we want to be the kind of institution that's going to come alongside that student that has those dreams and say, hey, let us help you achieve your dreams. Am I making sense when I'm saying that?
Yes. And one of the beautiful things about Martin is, we have the autonomy and the ability. A lot of people talk about flexibility, but we have the ability to be fluid with a lot of things. And that's a big difference, because flexible only allows you so much leeway and opportunity, but to be fluid, it helps us to walk along somebody and really dig in, to have that one-on-one personal interaction with the student, to develop that plan and figure out what the hopes and dreams are, and try to navigate their opportunity, but to be.
Sorry about that.
Yep, you okay? And so as we do that, we take that work very importantly. We want to make sure that you're here for what it is that you want to obtain and what you want to do, because we know that college is an investment. It's an investment in yourself, but it's also an investment in your future, and not to the untrained eye. You are also showing somebody else in that space that, hey, if he could do it or she could do it, I could probably do it too. Right. Unknowingly, you may not know that, but somebody may see you going to class or see you walking across the stage and say, well, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And so we know that, we strive to be fluid and, really work with students in a variety of ways. And like you said, if you coming from work, we try to work with you to figure out, what's the best way to get here, or can we shift your schedule a little bit for the days you class? If you got to come in late, do we need to talk to your faculty member to let them know you might be a little bit late, and you'll catch up? We have the autonomy, and that's one of the beautiful things about Martin. People say we're small, but I like to say we small but mighty, because we have that ability to do those things that another institution may not be able to do.
Man, that is so awesome. Now let's get into what's this exciting activities and events that we got coming up, because we're headed into the fall semester like everybody else is, right? We're heading into the fall semester. And as you know, Dr. Couch, right around this time is when we start, getting that surge of that energy of those who are either re-registering for class, or those who are making the decision to sometimes become the first in their families to go back to school and to finish their education so they can move on and make a better life for themselves. So as we begin to ramp up, I know we got some really exciting things going on specifically next week. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and share that with everybody so they know?
Yeah. So first and foremost, for the students that have been at Martin, we love you. We welcome you back with open arms. We got some updates that's going to be coming out that we need you to check, we need you to read, and we need you to ask questions if it doesn't make sense. So one of the first things that we want to clear up and put out there is we are back in person on campus for the fall. We are back in person on campus for the fall, and for the third time, we are back on campus in person for the fall. So make sure you check your email. Your faculty members will be starting to reach out, check your schedules, because we want to welcome you back, because based upon the feedback that you all shared, that's what you shared with us, that you didn't really enjoy the online environment or it wasn't the best fit for you. So the majority said, we want to be back on campus. And as for us, we want you back on campus. So just make sure you notate that. That's one of the major highlights. We have coming out in that update is August 8th. We want you to earmark that, put a circle on it. If you got a smartphone, cell phone, screenshot that date, send a reminder. We need you to register for your classes by August 8th. And the reason for that is because we have some things with coming back to the building. We want to make sure logistically everything is up to speed, up to par. We are still in the midst of COVID-19. So we want to make sure that we are protecting you, protecting our faculty, protecting our staff. So we need you to register early so that way we can make the proper accommodations and make sure the building is nice, pretty, and all cleaned up for you. So circle that date, August 8th. We need you to register. Your academic advisor should have reached out, or you may receive a phone call from us encouraging you to register. The other piece of that is by August 8th, if you want the classes that you need to work around your schedule, you want to get those classes early. And so that's why we're kind of putting that in place to make sure we get those things in a timely fashion. Also, we really want to be conscious about making sure that you have everything you need to be successful for classes. So that August 8th is right before the week before classes start. So August 8th, circle that as an important date. August 15th is the first day of class. So if you have class on Monday, August 15th is that date, or if you have class that week, the week of August 15th is where the first week of class will begin for us. So two important dates, August 8th, August 15th. August 8th, you need to have your classes. August 5th, August 15th, you need to be here in the place, in the space, ready to learn and ready to go.
Yeah, hey, you know what? And here's the real big deal on everything that you just said. Number one is some of you all, that information was for you. Somebody else, that information was for you to share with someone else, okay? So don't just consume what he just said, right? Registration deadline, August the 8th, am I right?
Yep.
August the 8th, registration deadline, class will start August 15th. So that's for you, or that's for somebody that you know who needs this information. Now, y'all, some of y'all noticed that I just posted that information within the chat feed. So if you want to just grab that information, or somebody else is watching this, you want to type that in on if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Periscope, Twitter, whatever you're watching on, go ahead and put that information in there, because again, if it fits, if the shoe fits, wear it. But if the shoe fits somebody else, make sure they get the shoe so they can also make their way to Martin University as well. Now, and the only other thing that I would just want to emphasize, Dr. Couch, is that, we're doing 8-week sessions now. We used to be 16 weeks. Now we're 8 weeks, allowing people to get more done over a shorter period of time. One class missed in an 8-week session is like missing a week. Am I right?
Yeah, some will say a week, some will say almost 2 weeks, depending on what class it is and how strong you are. So for me, math, if I miss one class in an 8-week session, I'm gonna feel like I'm 2 weeks behind.
Right.
So
this is what's important about that, about being, making sure that you make the accommodation. You start right now. Once you get registered, once you get re-registered, then let's go ahead and start the preparations and the planning so that you have all your ducks in a row for the first day of class, because you want to level set. That's what they call level set. You want to set everything for your work and your life and your school balance. You want to go ahead and get that set, right? So that when things do kind of slip or you got some other responsibilities, at least you kind of have your routine already kind of figured out. So I just want to reemphasize that. Anything else you want to talk about that? August the 8th and 15th?
Yep, and I'll also add to that too in that level setting. If you need help, let us know. So we'll be able to talk with you with that process to figure out how can we help? How can we be fluid to make this beneficial and make sure to help you be successful? So if you are having questions or you say, I don't know how that's really going to work, don't hesitate to reach out to us because we'll try to figure out and make whatever accommodations we need to make to help you be successful.
You know what? And that what you're really saying is over communicate, fam. Over communicate, fam. Over communicate. Don't think, don't nobody care. Don't think it doesn't matter. Don't think, oh, I'm the only one. Don't think that, because trust me, 9 times out of 10, you're not the only one who's had a battery die. You're not the only one trying to figure out what do I do. You know, I got to feed my kids before I go out, walk out the door. So over communicate. Take that opportunity and share with somebody, hey, this is what I got going on, so that you can get the support that you need. And the other thing too, Dr. Couch, is we stepped up our game at Martin with regard to student tech help, right?
Yes. So we've added a student support help desk. So if you need help, if you locked out of your email, your student portal, you need help with downloading stuff on your laptop, your laptop die, anything that's IT and support related, we have added a specific student support help desk person. And if you have questions, you're able to email student.support@martin.edu, and that email will be answered and monitored by a staff member here. And that he will be able to walk you through, get those things troubleshooted for you so that you are successful. So if it's anything from having login issues with Canvas, something's not working on your laptop, email, anything that you can think of, we want you to go to that student.support@martin.edu to those requests, send those questions, tickets, concerns, anything you want to send there, and somebody will be there to answer that for you.
And so again, I just posted that email into the chat. You can grab that, copy it out, put it in your notes, put it in your phone, do whatever you got to do, because again, we don't want anything to keep you from reaching your goal, hitting your target, starting off the year on the right foot, especially if it's something like, I can't get into my email, or I can't get into Canvas, which is our learning management system, or I can't get into the portal, something like that. Let's not let these tech issues keep you from being successful. And Martin has stepped up our game to make sure we have a support system for you in case that happens. Okay?
And that also ties into our August 8th registration deadline. We want to give that week for anybody that has questions. We want to take that week to be able to make sure we are available, on call, hands on deck to make sure whatever you need to be successful, whether it's logging in, if you need a laptop, if we got to figure it out, we want to take that time to make sure we get you set up for what you need to be successful.
That's real. Well, Dr. Couch, we appreciate you for that information. Now, that's pretty much info that's geared towards our students, right? Returning students and those who kind of already know about Martin University. But next week is a real big week for us, not only on campus, but also in the city of Indianapolis, because I believe it's the 56th annual or something like that. It can't be 56 because I think the organization started having these right around when I was born, and I'm not that old. Okay? So
we'll just say 50-something.
50-something of the Indiana Black Expo Summer Celebration is next week. All right? And so praise God, we have come to a place where we are now able to live with COVID, the restrictions, the masks, the social distancing, all of that, the washing your hands. We survived it. They had to cancel, I believe, a couple of years. And so now they're coming back. We're still maintaining our precautions, but Martin University is going to be in the IBE Summer Celebration Exhibit Hall House. And Dr. Couch, what we got going on, man?
Man, we have so many good things going on. I mean, we got the National Center for Racial Equity and Inclusion that will be there. We have be able to talk with corporate partners about corporate partnerships for your staff or yourself that need to come back and complete a degree. We'll be talking about enrollment, and we'll just be talking about all things Martin. So we are happy to be in the place. We'll be there the Friday through Sunday at the table. Just excited to greet you, share some more information about Martin, ways that you can get connected with us.
You know what? And I also want to say this too. If you are a graduate, a recent graduate, and you got one of those golden tickets, meaning that you have basically a $1,000 scholarship to give to a family or friend who wants to register as a new student at Martin University, if you are one of those students who have that, literally you got $1,000 sitting around somewhere. Some of y'all got to figure out what you did with it. Okay? So I got to figure out, where did I put it? Oh my God. Yeah, because that was like you just literally lost $1,000 scholarship for somebody that could register as a new student this coming fall. If you got one of those tickets, if you've got one of those tickets, you need to give it to somebody. If somebody has given you one of those tickets, make sure you bring that golden $1,000 scholarship down to the summer celebration so that you can register for classes on the spot. Ain't that a good deal? Oh my! Let me say, I think it's a good deal. It is so good.
I think it's a great deal. And, just making sure if you're down there, we'll be able to share that information with you. And like you said, share it with somebody. It's not every day, and I don't know about you. Maybe Pastor G does this. Every day you get $1,000 that you could just share with somebody else to help them out in achieving their dream or their goal as their jump start. To change their life. So if we know what Martin has done for you, so we just ask that you pass it on to the next person to share your experience and also share $1,000 with them to help them start their experience at Martin.
And if I was you and I knew somebody that graduated this past May and they hadn't shared with me this, I'd be calling them up like, hey, what did you get a golden ticket? Like, what did you do with your golden ticket? You got $1,000, you can't find it. You know what I'm saying? If I was a family member, somebody that graduated this past fall, I would be on the phone like, hey, call a brother. What they say, call me. Because you got $1,000 you're walking around with. So in other words, we want, whether you have the scholarship and you want to give it to somebody or somebody has already given you the $1,000 scholarship, make sure that you make your way down to the summer celebration Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We will be there all day for all 3 days. Somebody's going to be there. We're going to be all over the summer celebration. We're at the corporate luncheon. We're at another one of the mayor's and the governor's events. We're going to be there. So we're going to be all over the place trying to make sure that our community gets that opportunity to change their life through education. Okay?
Yeah.
So make sure you're there. All right?
And then to build on that, so we'll be at IBE the 5217. And then the big thing where we all getting our track shoes on is open house. It's July 28th. So whether you are interested in Martin, you want to return to Martin, you're a new student, you're a returning student, we will have an open house that day just for you to come see campus, learn more about Martin, register, figure out ways that you can be connected as a partner. That day from 1 to 3 p.m. will be right here on campus. And I think we got some special things kind of cooking, some surprises and some other things that we're going to be kind of giving out during that event. I know that we've talked about we may have a radio personality, a radio partner here during the day. So we got a little music, maybe some food. So we got some nice things cooking. But if you see us at Summer Celebration, we're going to talk about Summer Celebration, but also July 28th, we want to drive you. We want you to come here right to Martin University and come learn more about us, hang out with us for a few hours and figure out how you can get connected to us.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great opportunity to get all your questions answered, to get on campus, get a chance to kind of, step on campus, You can get a feel for where everything is. You can get a feel for where everybody is and all that good stuff. So just make sure that you are making your way to Martin University for that open house on July the 28th, which is that ain't far away. That's coming up real quick. So if you got any questions, what number should they call if they got questions or email or whatever? How should they get answers?
Yeah, so they could give a call to 917-3308. Their number was 917-3308. Or if they have questions about admissions, that would be admissions, all one word, at martin.edu. And with that, if you email that can be filled to other areas if you have questions about partnerships or anything like that as well. Or, if you just want to bless us and give us some money, you can send us, send that there, and we can direct you to the right place to get you a call back, a response, whatever it is that you need. So that number is 917-3308. Or if you got questions about anything coming up or where we'll be between IBE and the 28th, please email admissions@martin.edu.
Man, that is so important that you all have this information. So if you got any questions, feel free he's giving you the number. I put it in the chat. Somebody else that might be watching, if you're watching on another platform, you watch on YouTube or Periscope or whatever, go ahead and make sure you repost that number, right? 317-917-3308. Or if you want to do an email, admissions@martin.edu. If all else fails, just go on to martin.edu, martin.edu. And on that page, you'll find all the great information about what's going on at Martin. You can register for classes. You see the schedule at the bottom of the page. You see the news in the middle of the page. So, Dr. Couch, man, any parting words before we move on?
Oh, just excited. And also, if you want to come every Thursday, if you just want to come to campus, it doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday specifically, if you just want to come to campus Thursday, we have people that are on walk-ins all to assist you for whatever it is that you need assistance with. So Thursday is our special day to do that. But if you come anytime during the week, and stop at the front desk, and if you need help, comments, concerns, we will be there to support you and answer those things.
Get shifted here. All right, Dr. Couch is gone. God bless him. It was good to have him on, as y'all can imagine. He's such a diligent soul. He gets so much done. I really, really, really appreciate him, mainly because Dr. Couch is the one guy that I know who can sit in a meeting all day long and stay focused. Okay? I'd lose my mind in a meeting all day long. I'm talking to my next guest. He's sitting here. He's sitting here watching me, listening to me talk about Dr. Couch, and he knows I'm telling the truth. Dr. Couch is a bad man because he can sit in a meeting, I'll tell you, all day long. All right, so let me make mention of two great announcements, and then I'm going to get guest number 2 on, who also has some awesome information to share with each and every person who is coming on today. The first thing I want us to know is I want you all to get excited about next week, because 2 of our Martin University folks, 2 of them are being recognized on next week at the Indiana Black Expo. The first, of course, is our illustrious and esteemed president, Dr. Sean Huddleston, who will be receiving the award for like the education leader of the world or something like that. I mean, he's like getting like a major recognition award from Indiana Black Expo. He'll be presented that from the governor of the state of Indiana, Eric Holcomb. So we'll be down there on Tuesday to celebrate with Dr. Huddleston as he receives that I don't think there's anybody else who could qualify for this degree of esteem as Dr. Huddleston, with all the work he's been doing to support education throughout the state of Indiana. So we'll be celebrating that. So y'all can put your hands together. Let me see. Y'all put your hands together. Yeah, put your hands together for that. Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, dog panel. All right. Now, the next one is at the very same event, one of our recent honorary graduate recipients, Dewan McCoy, will also be recognized. Oh my God, it's just happening all over the place. He's been recognized as like Entrepreneur of the Year or something like that. Nevertheless, he's over at Channel 8. He's over at Circle City Broadcast. And again, there's probably 4 or 5 awards, and Martin University's getting 2 out of the 5. Isn't that crazy? I mean, we making it happen. We bringing excellence to education here in the city of Indianapolis, and we are sharing the love. People are recognizing that. They're recognizing our leaders. They're recognizing our alum. They're recognizing our honorary doctoral recipients, and I just think it's great. Now, one more homework piece. Remember, y'all, this today is being made possible by One Public Square. One Public Square has given us access to the Wi-Fi. They gave us this room, all this stuff they've given us today. So if you ever make your way to Gallatin, Tennessee, and you need a place to work, y'all drop into One Public Square here in Gallatin, Tennessee, and tell them Pastor G sent you. All right? Now, bring him to the stage. All the way up. I'm going to say this one because he's Omega Psi Phi. So I say that he gonna smile. He already smiling. He's Mr. Omega Psi Phi, but also Mr. VP or EVP really from Martin University. I want y'all to give it up for.
Can you hear me? Because for a minute I couldn't hear you, but I heard what you said at the top.
Figure it out. And while Brother Ezel is figuring it out, I'm going to come back to him in a second. Brother Ezel, we are waiting for you to come back in. Your audio, we couldn't hear you. Are you back in now? Okay, let's see if he's back in. Let's see if he's back in now. We're going to come back because we could hear him a second ago.
Really? I don't know what happened. I was hearing you, but when I'm speaking, I can't hear you talking. So if you hear me right now, I'm going to be saying thank you. So nod your head up and down if you hear me saying thank you, Pastor G, for all that you do and all that you've shared. If I just see a head nod saying thank you, thank you, thank you, that means you can hear me. And for whatever reason, when I'm talking, you can't be heard. I don't know if that's a technology.
How's that? That's better, right? We better, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let me just first say, yes, I was smiling when you said I was smiling. You're right on point in terms of all the great work we do together and all of that. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Man, okay. Yeah, Steve Eccles he's texting me telling me y'all couldn't hear me. So now I get what's going on. We got it all fixed. So we are good to go. Talk about, we got so many great things going on at Martin, but can you talk a little bit about what just happened this past week?
Well, I tell you, there are a couple of things that I'm not sure what you're making reference to, but there are several great things that are happening. Are you referring to the Oaks Institute? Are you referring to the Sheriff's Department?
The Sheriff's Department. This is what I'm referring to. This right here.
Let me just tell you about, Sheriff Kerry Forstall and Chief Deputy Reggie Roney and all the great work that they're doing. We have, for the better part of the year, Dr. Huddleston started some communication and other kinds of things to become partners. I should say that, my role at Martin University is to help grow our corporate and community partnerships. And the Marion County Sheriff's Office is certainly a very large and important part of the work that we do. And we have just forged a partnership with them to help educate and provide opportunities for Sheriff's Office employees. Right. And one of the things that it does implements the tuition benefits and other things that they offer, but it just provides an opportunity for us to connect. I was really excited, just hot off the press, when I met with them on yesterday. I was leaving the sheriff's office, and Mr. Richard McGee, who is in fact one of our recent Martin graduates, just got employed at the sheriff's office as an addictions counselor. And he's the first Black they've had in that role. So not only did he give credit for his Martin University experience, getting him connected to the sheriff's office, but as certainly a leader in that space and the first Black they've had, I just think that's a phenomenal accomplishment.
Wow.
So hats off to Richard McGee. And he said, literally, I was walking across the parking lot, happened to notice him, recognize him as a Martin student, which I always take pride in doing. I said, Brother McGee, aren't you a Martin? He said, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I give Martin all the credit for the fact that I got my degree in addictions counseling, just graduated, was part of Martin Works, which is a phenomenal new initiative. And that helped me get the position that I currently have, the Marion County Sheriff's Office, as a licensed addictions counselor.
Wow. And you know what? To your point about always being excited when you're finding a Martin student who is out in the workforce doing what they want to do. What I also hear you really talking about is the fact that Martin University is making moves towards getting our students as close to those careers as we can. Am I right?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And one of the things, if you notice, I got on my Martin Works shirt just for the occasion, but Martin Works, which is the phenomenal new initiative for the university to become the first federally designated work college in the urban setting, is a focus that we have on making those career connections. As I mentioned, the work that we do is to identify and build relationships with corporate and community partners to provide those opportunities. And essentially what that does is, at the very same time you are a Martin University student, you're working in an apprentice role with one of our corporate partners, so you can do just exactly what Mr. McGee has done, and that is to go on to be employed and begin your career with one of our corporate partners.
Wow, that is amazing. So again, yes, we're talking about this great partnership between the Sheriff's Office and Martin University, but really the bigger picture here is that this is an opportunity for those who have a dream or a desire to enter into these career fields. We're actually hearing you say, Ezell, that we are creating a path for you to enter into these fields now that this partnership has come to fruition with Martin University. Is that what I hear you saying?
That's absolutely correct. And the really great thing about it is, it's not uncommon at all that students work in an internship kind of role when they're in college to get experience. Many times they're unpaid internships to get you experience, but all of our apprenticeship opportunities are paid. And the entire time that you are working with one of our corporate partners, you're being compensated at the same time that you're growing experience. Right. And what you'll see there is the photos as they're rolling by, as I mentioned, Sheriff Kerry Forstall is really, he's really supportive of the work that we're doing. He had, if I could slip it out, I don't know if the sheriff's office employees are out there, if I could slip it out, he had a concept that he's been working with called Through My Eyes, where we really bring to the community ways that we can help everyone understand what it feels like to be connected to the criminal justice system. What happened? What do you do if you get stopped, right? We all see and hear all the things that are going on that are frankly just disheartening in our community and in our country, with young people that, have what would be a routine stop that goes very, very wrong. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is help educate through our partnership. We can help educate and say, here's the kind of things that you can do to help make sure that you get home safe at night. right? So his concept, again, it's hot off the press. We just talked about it yesterday. His concept is we'll do something where maybe in a mock role play kind of environment, sheriff's office employees have a conversation with one of our students or one of our community members, and then we reverse roles. So then you're the sheriff's office employee, you're the arresting officer. How do you engage and how do they handle the conversation? And everybody can see a little bit about how the other feels in that situation, right? Walking a mile in the other man's shoes always helps understand the perspective. So that's the focus of that.
That is amazing, Brother Ezell. That's amazing, man. There's so much that we got going on at Martin University. You've talked a little bit about Martin Works. You've talked about this partnership. You even talked about some of our students who have taken advantage of us being the only predominantly Black institution in the state. They want that experience. They are adult learners. That means that they have other responsibilities, and Martin has that unique ability, that andragogy, right? They have that teaching style that really works well for those students who bring their experiences into the classroom. Last week, it was Steve Eccles that made mention that he was in classrooms with people who were in their early 20s all the way to their 60s. And he said that really made for a rich learning environment. And I just believe that what you have shared thus far is a real testament to what Martin University really seeks to do and who we really want to be for not only our current students, but those who are sitting out there kind of straddling the fence. They're not sure what they want to do. Martin wants to be that extra push, right, that gets you to really pick up the ball and advance it. Because again, it doesn't just bless you. It doesn't just benefit you. This is benefiting your family, your children, your community, those who rely upon you, even your jobs. There are people who are working at jobs right now and you need to upskill. And your job, those jobs, Mr. Ezell, will support you in going back to get your education. They want better employees too. Am I right?
You're absolutely correct. That is the key to it. That's the most important thing. And we're trying to really build family and community wealth, right? So our hope is that we're not just educating, but we're making a difference in the lives of young people through all of these kind of connections. So just excited about the work that we do together.
Well, man, look, I only got a few minutes left, but I know there's another great initiative. There's so many things going on. Another great initiative about to kick off. And so let's talk a little bit about the next thing you all are working on, hot off the press. Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much for that opportunity to get in and talk about. There are many things that we're doing. As you know, we've educated people of all ages, students of all ages. In addition to all of that work, through a partnership and a grant with Eli Lilly and some other things that we're doing, we're launching next week something we're calling the Oaks Institute, OAKS, Omega, Alpha, Kappa, and Sigma. So it's the mentoring organizations from local Black fraternities. But the main purpose is to help young people. This starts in middle school and goes through high school. Help young people have an experience on a college campus that will help them know that college is for them and could make a difference in their life. So we have a phenomenal experience planned for. And oh, by the way, it's not just like every day coming to summer school, but it's field trips to the African American Freedom Museum in Cincinnati. It's local engagement with speakers and other thought leaders on content that will interest young people. And again, the main purpose, there's some scholarship and other financial opportunities connected to it, but more importantly, the main purpose is to help young people know the benefit to furthering their education, right? To staying in school and doing the very best you can so you can be the very best that you can be. And we're excited about it. We are right at the window of starting classes next week. But if you're on this call at 12:48 on July the 8th and you say, wow, I'd like to learn more about that, please call today. Ask for Janelle at 317-917-3240, 917-3240, and say you heard about the institute. You got a young man in high school that may want to connect, and we'll find out how to get the information. It is an ongoing initiative, so if you can't make next week, we still want to connect you. So please give us a call, 317-917-3240, if you want more information about the Oaks Institute.
Give me that number one more time.
That's 317-917-3240. That's Janelle Johnson, the program coordinator for the Oaks Institute, who can get you connected. You know, ideal or connected through one of the mentoring organizations we have established, but we can connect you to that.
Okay, so I'm trying to get that up on the screen real quick, just so y'all can have it. There it is. Call Janelle, 317-917-3240. Again, and I said this in the last edition, that while somebody's sitting there and you're listening to this, you're watching this, you're like, well, I don't have children. My children are grown, or I don't have sons. I've got daughters, so this doesn't really interest me. Look, right now, there is a coordinated push to make sure we have events and activities and whatnot for our young men in our community. And Martin University has stepped up and not only decided to kind of put something together, we're collaborating with all of the other historically black fraternities in the city of Indianapolis to bring together as many young men as we can to provide them with a rich experience. People have been asking for this all summer long, and here it is, we have it. So make sure that even if this is not for you, that you share this with the youth group at your church. You share it with some of the folk who you see running up and down the street in your neighborhood. Share it with some family or friends that you know who have sons in the high school age range. Go ahead and share this information. Take it down, 317-917-3240. Ask for Janelle. Brother Ezell has put it out there, and all we doing is just trying to score a touchdown. That's all we doing, Brother Ezell. That's all.
That is. And so you won't have too many numbers. If you got any other questions about anything that we've talked about, interested in being a Martin student, call that number and we'll get connected to you.
He said, call that number, but don't call for no barbecue or no fried fish on Fridays. But anything else, he said, call that number for it. You want to get hooked up with a degree, you want to get hooked up with registration, you want to get hooked up with whatever scholarship, because we got some, we got some $1,000 scholarships floating around them gold tickets.
Yes, sir.
We got some $1,000 scholarships floating around. So even if you're that person and you got a family member that you think would have gotten one of them gold tickets, y'all better holler at us. Holler at us.
Yes, sir. Well, it's exciting. We'll have more next time to talk about. So you just let us know when we can come share more, provide more information, talk about our partnerships, our opportunity, our education, our careers. We have a career resource center, last piece, and I'm gone for sure. Our Martin Career Resource Center, our PACE Career Resource Center will be launching soon. All kinds of resources to just help you grow your career, learn more about how to expand and grow your wealth and all of that. Watch for that coming soon.
Man, that's the PACE Center, right?
PACE Center. Coming soon.
We got the PACE Center, and Ezell, we only got a few minutes left, but since we do have some time and we got so many things going on at Martin University, we could talk, for another hour. But let's talk a little bit about, and I know you can help with this conversation, a little bit about this relationship we got with Ivy Tech.
Wow.
Yeah, man, because we've got some scholarship dollars, if I'm not mistaken, for any transfer student who transfers from Ivy Tech over to Martin University. Am I right about it? And we got some dollars?
We have some dollars, and the dollars can help fund the path to complete the bachelor's degree. So if you have received your associates, not only is your admission guaranteed and all 60 credit hours come over, but we have some dollars to help you complete that bachelor's degree. So that's an exciting part of it. Not only that, I mentioned earlier Martin Works, and you can immediately come as a participant in the Martin Works initiative, which connects you to careers and regular income. Right out of the bat when you transfer, we can make that possible, and certainly Ivy Tech is a great part. There are lots of other initiatives that are connected to our Ivy Tech partnership, but the most important is guaranteed admission, immediate transfer, Martin Works connections, careers, and money.
Man, so the number one thing that most people are talking about, and it's not about, I don't have the time, I don't have transportation, it's money. And what you're saying is if you're coming out of Ivy Tech, Martin University, through a grant from Eli Lilly or the Lilly Foundation, you'll clear that up for me later, but with support from them, we have a limited number of scholarships available, which means that if you want to advance your career and your earning potential even more, that you can make that transfer, not have to start at the beginning. You don't have to go back and start over. They'll take them 60 credits and fast track you to the 4-year degree, get you out of there, and help you pay for it at the same time. I don't know what else is better, Doc.
That's it.
That's it. That's what's happening.
Yep. So, and I saw our friend and esteemed college, Dr. Michael Couch, on just before me, and he was sharing some dates with you. Summer school is about over. It's about time for fall classes to start. About 4 or 5 weeks away, but you still got time. So if you're interested, don't miss the opportunity to learn more information right now.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right. Well, we're about done. Mr. Ezell, again, and I'm gonna throw this out there. Can they call that number and ask about the transfer piece from Ivy Tech too?
They absolutely can. I don't want to bore with a lot of different numbers. That is a place to start. We'll get you connected. Just give us a call. We'll get you connected to the right resources. You can come to campus. We can come to wherever your employer. There's lots of different ways that we're connecting. But as was mentioned earlier, we've got some regular, I think I heard Thursdays is a time where you can just walk in, or you can call the number that you see, 917-3240.
We only got a couple minutes left, but I do also want to make mention again, there's so much going on at Martin that we could talk for an hour, but I do also, in the last few minutes we have left, I also want to talk a little bit about, we also have some dollars that have come in to really help drill down on our psychology program. And I think most of us know that right now there is a significant disparity within the healthcare system relative to all of the trauma and all this coming out of COVID-19 and all of that. What COVID did was, as we all know, it exposed what was already there in terms of desperate care that African Americans have been receiving. And in the mental health area, it is no different. And so one of the other things that Ezell, that we're excited about is the fact that we have a grant to really add some depth to our psychology program to better address minorities within that industry. In other words, we need to have more people look like us be represented in the mental health field, right? And I think it goes without saying that it's easier for me to take advantage of services when I recognize that the other person that I'm looking at understands who I am and where I'm coming from and my experiences and my culture. And so Martin University, again, is on the front lines of trying to make sure that we have people who are getting themselves ready and set to go within the mental health field. And that grant has assisted us in making that happen. So yeah, we got Oaks Institute, we got the PACE Center, we got the Ivy Tech partnership with the Lilly Grant that can help fund the college. We got $1,000 scholarships floating around out there somewhere. And we got Anthem that has just given us another grant to help us improve the numbers of minorities working in the mental health area. I don't know what else. I'm tired.
I don't think you are, but while you wrap it up, if I'm not off the air yet, I'll say that we also, to shout out one more of our partners, we have specifically in the mental health space, as you just mentioned, we have a phenomenal partnership with Eskenazi Health. We're working with not only Eskenazi Health, but the Sandra Eskenazi Mental Health Centers, which used to be Midtown. Y'all know about that.
Midtown Mental Health.
Midtown Mental Health, but they're now the Sandra Eskenazi Health Centers. We have a partnership which provides employment opportunities again, but also connection and collaboration to learn and provide mental health services. So that's a part of our partnership. Eskenazi Health, another one of our partners.
Now, I mean, if we haven't bowled down your alley today, like I said, just make sure you sharing this podcast with somebody else that you know needs this great information. Martin University on the front line. We got the community thing going on. We're going to get with Kiana Williams, just a major force in Marcom, so she can share a little bit more about the community university events and activities, because y'all know we still do things. We still partner and collaborate and host different events. We don't have that list today. That means y'all have to come back on next Friday and get that information. All right? Y'all going to do that? Come back next Friday for Let's Talk Live with Martin University. Can we do that? Can we do it? All right. Okay. Wonderful. All right, Brother Ezell, I'm going to let you off the hook, and we're going to close this thing out. Bless you, man.
My brother. Talk to you later.
All right. So we're closing this thing out. We're gonna close this thing out, turn the music up just a little bit. And first of all, just to thank you all for joining with us on Let's Talk Live with Martin University. One more time, I want to give a big. This is so hard to do because of the light. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it. So there it. How do I get it in there? There it is. All right. I want to give one more time a big shout out to One Public Square. Yeah, One Public Square. At least I got a few people that was clapping for me. One Public Square. I want to thank them for providing us with the Wi-Fi today. They gave us a hardwired Wi-Fi. Some of y'all know what that means. The rest of y'all, you got to ask somebody. Gave us an Ethernet, right? NDI, Network Digital Interface. Interface that gave us this solid Wi-Fi that we've had today. Apologize for the technical issues. Technical issues happen when you're on live. It just happens. It just happens, y'all. So y'all pray for us, because charge to our head and not our heart. Know also that this podcast is also going to be available on iTunes as of next week. So if you want to listen to this podcast again and grab those phone numbers, grab those emails and those web addresses, or you want to grab some of that good information and definitely share it with somebody else, we want you to do that. Again, we just thank y'all for joining with us. It's 12 o'clock and I got to go. Peace out, y'all. This is Pastor G. We'll chat with y'all a little later. Peace.